Hello and welcome to this special bulletin coming to you a couple of minutes earlier than normal as we get ready to watch the beginning of the New Year celebrations here in London. We have been promised a live spectacular, although people have been encouraged to watch from home if they can and not to gather in the centre of the city. But let's get a sense of what it's like out on the streets now and go to Trafalgar Square where our correspondent Jean McKenzie is. Jean.
Well, yeah, I mean, as you can see behind me, that stay-at-home message hasn't filtered through to everybody. The public events here in central London might have been cancelled, so the fireworks that you were used to seeing along the Thames and even the smaller party that was planned here for Trafalgar Square. But still people have been coming up to town. The streets have been getting busier and busier as the night's gone on, and what people are doing now is they're all making their way down towards the river. The surprising thing is many of the people that we've been speaking to are still expecting those fireworks to be taking place, but even those that aren't expecting anything just want to be out to celebrate. They want to see in this new year. They stayed at home last year and this year they want to celebrate.
OK, Jean, thank you very much for that. I'll be talking again to Jean shortly, but just to let you know as we wait, well, you can see the countdown starting there. Britain is seeing in the new year its hottest New Year's Eve ever recorded. 15.8 Celsius was the high, the Met Office has said. So as we take in some of London's most recognisable landmarks, let's listen in to the countdown.
As Big Ben's chimes ring out around us, signalling a year that's new, raise a glass, turn up the volume and welcome 2022. And as we share this midnight moment and imagine all that's still to come, let's relish the magnificent things we achieved in 2021. We rallied round our NHS heroes as they rolled out the vaccination, and we stood beside our three lions, heads raised and proud, united together as a nation. We won 124 Paralympic medals, one of the greatest hauls we've ever seen, and our star, Emma Raducanu, won the US Open. She's only 18. We saw the return of live events and reclaimed companionship and camaraderie. Tom Daley brought home gold and still found time to knit a Cardi. COP26 convened in Glasgow, aspiring to build a world that heals. And Marcus Rashford and his fans gave out 21 million free school meals. This progress punctuates the air tonight, but when all is said and done, this world must keep on turning. So we say goodbye to 21, and within this magic midnight moment, there's only one thing left to do. So come on, let's light the night sky up and journey together into 2022.
Welcome. خوش آمدید. for football's greatest moments.
The men did us proud in the Euros last year. Can the women go one better? The players take the knee, united in their stance against racism. Again and again they stream forward, looking for an opening. This looks promising and... Oh, that is brilliant! That is world class! The crowd goes wild. The country goes wild.
We hope to see you in London for the UEFA Women's Euros. 2022 will be huge for sport across the UK. We are now approaching
the home of theatre.
Change here for
The power of performance.
Change your mind, I'm the first in line. Honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. If you need me, let me know. Gonna be around. If you got no place to go, if you're feeling down. If you're all alone, and the pretty birds have flown, honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me.
the next station is
Good times ahead!
exit here.
To see the new year in!
You guys ready to party?
It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what?
We want that weekend. It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday. It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday.
Well, from Super Trooper and Shakespeare to a lion made from drones, it really was a spectacular show there in London to welcome in the new year. But before we talk to our correspondent in London, we are going to go to Scotland, to James Shaw, who is in Edinburgh. And not the traditional Hogmanay there, James, but give us a sense of how the new year was brought in Edinburgh.
Yeah, well, you can probably get a sense of it from behind me. This is the crowd up on the Esplanade by Edinburgh Castle. This is not the official Hogmanay event. That was cancelled. The fireworks were cancelled. But hundreds, maybe thousands of people came up here to celebrate in their own way with mobile phones and guitars and bottles of beer. And I suppose just to show that despite the wretched year that many people have had, Scotland still knows how to celebrate. The police have been here, but it's been a very light touch from the police. They haven't tried to intervene. They have said that this event which is happening is not a formal event, so people are not breaking the law here. But you can see there is a massive crush of people at the moment really enjoying themselves. I suspect it will disperse fairly quickly as the minutes tick by towards 1 o'clock, but people have come here and they have welcomed in 2022 in the hope that it's perhaps a little bit better than 2021.
Absolutely, James. We can all share in that sentiment. And for people who have decided to see in the new year from home, I guess they are hoping, well, the political messaging was that if curbs were brought in now, the hope would be that life could return to normal a little bit faster.
Well, I guess that is possible. At the moment, the restrictions that are put in place by the Scottish Government will last at least until the 17th of this month. They will be reviewed before that, and we will know at some point within the next couple of weeks if it is going to change. But of course, it all depends on the figures, and we know that there have been record figures for infections in Scotland, let alone other parts of the UK. So it really all depends on that, how effective the vaccines are going to be in Scotland, and the booster campaign has worked pretty well. They got to, I think, 77% of adults, people over 18, had a booster by yesterday. They were aiming for 80%. So it really all depends on that and what the figures show us in the coming days about whether Omicron is going to peak quickly and then disappear, or whether it's going to carry on perhaps for some weeks yet.
OK, James, Happy New Year to you, and thank you very much. James Shaw in Edinburgh. And let's join Jean McKenzie now, who is in Trafalgar Square for us. Happy New Year to you, Jean. The message to people was, of course, to try to watch the celebrations, the spectacular show that we've just witnessed in London to welcome in the new year, to watch that from home. But as is very evident behind you, lots of people wanting to be out and about on the streets of the capital. Well, countries across the world have been ringing in the new year, and we leave you with a look at some of the celebrations starting in Sydney.